Hi, this is Dragon Art Kings. I am Adam. Today we're drawing my character Alex and Natalie. First you draw a circle shape, and as you can see I made some mistakes drawing it, but once I found the circle shape I wanted to use, the rest of the body fell into place. And you see me drawing the head, the neck, the body, and the arms are gonna be coming up after the legs. I just try to get the placement of the legs in of where I think it should be, where the horse's body is gonna be. So as you can see, I make a lot of mistakes, and I don't usually draw a line art, so my style is basically clean the way I like it. You can see that I use the layers, and when some of the stuff I just use approximately in the Sketchbook Pro app to make the colors line up together. It's very easy to draw your favorite characters or anything you want once you learn how to draw basic shapes. So you can see me drawing the head, the neck of the body of the horse, trying to line it up under Alex. But you see me going back and forth between the horse and Alex. I don't add Natalie until later on, cause she's basically just holding up the flag, like if it was a race. So the horse, you just have to find the basic shape, body shape, and it pretty much falls into place. There's always a lot of improvements, but you see, I was just checking if I was recording. But there's a lot of times where you don't know how everything flows, and so everything you have to put it on a different layer, so you could combine back and forth and finding out if you're drawing it correctly. See, I wasn't too sure how to draw the tail, so you see me drawing it I think twice. So once you like the position of something, it's easy to clean it up and make it a lot solid. So you don't have to draw things perfectly. You learn by making mistakes. So you see me drawing an eye. The brush was too big, so I go back and lower the opacity on the size of the brush, and I go back in and colored in the eyes, the eyelid. I only use like one brush in an eraser. Not that often that I change brushes, but it's just a basic brush in Sketchbook Pro. I'm using an iPad to draw the sketch, so you can kind of get the vibe of how to draw very clear. So basically you want to get closer in, and then you could fix it so you could get far, so you know where your picture is going. If you don't like it, you can always change it. So basically, I only use basic shapes to draw my characters. The more you practice on your own characters, you can find out what kind of mistakes you're making, and then you could go back and fix them over time. So this is just a bunny character that I created, and I created it off of a movie that I like to watch as a little kid. If you ever saw that movie called La Bamba, the brother Bob, I kind of looked at his character. I really liked it for a long time, so this is just him and my character. I just draw him how I think it was, and when I first started drawing this character, I didn't always draw him like this. When I first did it, I used the black line art, and over time I just kept changing it over and over again. As you go along, you can always advance your characters and not feel like one style you draw in is enough. This is just like something I always wanted to do a YouTube channel, but I didn't know how. But over time, you get there. I didn't take drawing seriously until I was like freshman of high school. It just took me a long time to get my style where I wanted it. I basically had to teach myself how to draw, because in school my teachers didn't really teach me that well, so over time I make a lot of mistakes and I fix them over time. And fixing your mistakes comes from just knowing your character. So if you draw your character in one position, over time you will be able to draw them in a different position. I got like that when I first started drawing, and I still have it to today. So if you feel like, how come I can't draw them in a different position, I just want to show you that everybody makes mistakes, everybody learns the same way, but over time you could get more advanced than if you were trying to draw it perfect every single time. Because you learn more by the mistakes you make than making it a perfect drawing all the time. Usually when I draw, it takes me a couple days of the week to make it, but this one I drew it in one day. But that's because I've been drawing this character since 2008 when I created it. So what you see me doing is just keep going back and forth to add certain details from the horse to Alex. For now, I didn't start drawing Natalie until later on. So you see me adding the ears of the details of the ears of the horse, the horseshoes, and then I go back and start trying to draw the rest of Alex's pants and shirt and everything. So I hope you guys are enjoying my drawing and my art style, but this is my first YouTube video and I hope you guys enjoy it. I know it's not perfect, but I'm just happy the way it is turning out, because it takes me a long time to feel comfortable to do stuff like this. But I just want to show everybody that no matter what, you put the hours, the time in, it will turn out cool. Sometimes you just try to add something like this hat, this horse hat that I see jockeys wear. So sometimes you can add it, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But the more you work on it, the better your style will get. You will get there eventually, but you don't know until you practice. One things I know I need to practice on is getting the darks, the lights, the shadows, what I mean, and the lights. I don't usually draw them, but it's good to practice so you know what to do. So you see me drawing Natalie right now. So Alex and Natalie are basically the same characters, but one's a boy and one's a girl. Alex is a boy and Natalie is a girl. You will see me going back and forth trying to find the perfect shapes. Sometimes I do enjoy what I draw right away, and sometimes I don't. So you see me clear the layer and start over, and then color in the basic shapes. Sometimes you don't know if it's gonna be perfect until you start drawing the shapes of the face or the body. So basically I drew Alex first when I very first created him, and then later on I felt like he needed a girlfriend, so I drew Natalie. So you see me drawing the basic shapes of her and then going back and forth to figure out what it needs. So this is okay to draw the certain body parts so you know how the shirt's gonna feel or fall into place. Sometimes you won't know until you draw it down, but you can always fix them. So don't always feel like you're alone about making mistakes. I know I make my share of mistakes and I try to be perfect, but sometimes I know I'm a very creative person and I like to rush and take control of everything really fast. So to me, I know I have to learn how to be patient enough for it to develop. So now you see me drawing the eyes, trying to find the right brown of eye that I want. So sometimes you could draw too big or too small, but it turns out at the end when you put the work in and you see how it's developing, you will be happy on how your character is developing. So what you want to do is just try to find the right size of brush for the eye. Sometimes you could draw too big and it covers the brown of the eye. So you just want to see, you want to see where the eye color is at so you could get the pupils in. Once you have the pupils in, then you could draw the white of the eye or the glare. So basically you're just trying to find the bright shapes, the eyelids, then the ears. Sometimes you could draw the ears too small or too big, but you could go back and forth and just make sure. So I was just making the canvas back to normal size so I could see what I'm doing, so I could draw the ears the perfect way. And yeah, just practice makes perfect. So what I usually do in the beginning when I was teaching myself how to draw is I'll just grab a piece of paper and just start drawing like random shapes, and once I like the shapes I was getting and the character, then I'll just start adding into stuff on there. And when I first started drawing digital tablet, I didn't have an iPad or any special tablet like the ones you could see what you're drawing like an iPad. I was drawing on a Wacom tablet where you had to draw on the bottom and then look up at the screen on a computer. But over time, you get better at it. At first I hated it because it's so hard to get a hold of, and basically like it was really hard. But once you get the hang of it, it comes a little bit easier. But at first it's just kind of like, oh my gosh, how can I draw on this Wacom tablet? But the more you practice, the better you get. So when I first started using Sketchbook Pro, it was $30, and over time it became free. So if you're drawing on a computer, iPad, or any type of Apple or Android, a Sketchbook is free. Just want to get something that you could just get practice with, because the more you practice, the better you'll get. So you see me drawing the shirt, trying to make sure I'm drawing it correctly. So you see, I don't draw all the shapes of the body right away most of the time. I go all over the place, but because that's how I learned how to draw. But if you go into an art class or you practice with somebody that can show you a better technique, then you could draw more fine than what I'm drawing. But since it took me a long time to learn how to draw this type of stuff, it was really hard to draw the body in order for me. Um, so when I make the line art or some line art darker or lighter, you can see me working with the possibility that that way I could get the color I want. But yeah, so this is Natalie that I'm working with. I just want to thank everybody for taking the time to view my video. But yeah, so once you find your palette of each character, it's easier, unless you want to make it different colors all the time. But once you have a basic color, then it's easier to practice what you're going to use first and what you're going to add later on. So you saw me drawing the pants. Now you'll probably see me drawing the shoes. I just try to have fun drawing each character with a similar color theme. So what I usually do when I'm drawing is that after I'm drawing the characters, I go and save it. Then what I do is duplicate the whole drawing, and then on that duplicate I'll merge it together. And that's because when you're drawing, that you don't wanna merge your characters that you work so hard to work with. So if there's any time in the future that you want to like go back and edit the picture, you could go ahead and edit it without feeling like you lost your work. So you can see me drawing the sleeves of the shirt, and then you'll see me go back and draw the arms. But you'll see what I'm talking about, keeping my layers. It's easier to draw on the computer, just because on the computer sketchbook that you can put your each character in a folder. On the iPad, you have to know where you want your character to be at and how you want them to be. So that's why I've said just to keep practicing. So once you get used to drawing on either the computer or the iPad or even a tablet, you're gonna have to teach yourself a little bit on how you want to do each character on their layers. So whenever you want to move them around to different placement, you will be able to. So what I recommend you doing when you first get a tablet or anything is just make some practice drawings so you can get used to the drawing program that you want to use. That way you don't make a lot of mistakes or get frustrated. So the more detailed you get, the more frustrated you will get. So just practice your style. So if you want to use Sketchbook or any other program, go to the program you desire you want to learn, and over time it'll become a lot easier than trying to figure it out. So you see me drawing the flag. So it's pretty good to do stuff like this. because then you get to see your characters in a different view than when you originally draw them. Because I drew Alex naturally as a hothead drawing, because that's how Bob was in La Bamba. But over time, you want to make this drawings your own. So you could, or if you want to at some point in time, go and write a backstory to them. You don't have to share it to anybody until you're ready. When you create your backstory, then you kind of feel like it's your own, instead of trying to copy a movie or anything else that's out there. Then you could kind of feel like these characters are your own because you made your backstory. Then you could just draw. So when I first started drawing, posting up my work, I did an Instagram channel. It's called Dragon, all lowercase, Dragon _art_kings. So if you want to look me up, you could do so. But I'm gonna try to post up the same thing that I draw in here, or I could try to draw something different. But since I'm new to the YouTube and I have an Instagram, I'm gonna try to draw the same thing I draw on YouTube is gonna be on there until I get used to drawing quicker. It may take a little bit of a while because I have to get used to editing, and I'm trying not to edit too much. I'm just trying to edit enough to get there, to get the drawing where I want it to be. You can see me editing the shirt, other stuff. So you see me making a lot of mistakes, trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong and making them. This will get better over time, and I just have to get used to fixing things or making them perfectly as I can. But once you get your zone, that it'll be easier. When I draw, you see me drawing the character before I draw like the flag. I like to see the whole character before I add like stuff like the flag or anything else. It makes it easier to see your character, and then that way when you're trying to fix your drawing, you already have an idea on how to fix it. But like, don't be scared to, if you don't like the results of your drawing. Sometimes it's good to keep your drawing so you know what you're doing and how to make your mistakes. So on my computer, I have my first drawing of Alex and Natalie, and even though I don't like the way the ears fit on Alex because it's way in the front of the head, but I keep it there to remind me it's okay to make mistakes. But also, sometimes it's okay to just start all over and practice the same drawing all over again. But if I was beginning to learn, I would just take my first drawing of my characters and just keep it. Put it as your wallpaper so you can see it every time that you're going on your computer, your phone, or your iPad or tablet. You can see it and be like, I like this drawing, but it's okay to make mistakes, and the only way to get better is to practice. I can't tell you how many times I made mistakes. Like the flag right here. I know in this drawing I didn't really fix it that much, and I didn't do any research about fixing or how a checker flag's supposed to look like. So it's okay to make mistakes. Alex looks a lot better than Natalie. I know I should have took more time on drawing this, but since it was my first drawing, I wanted to practice and not make it such a long of a video. I tried to kept it like under 30 minutes, but I think I went at least 30 minutes. So sometimes drawing your characters in one position, it's easier to see them in one position, but it's okay to practice them in different position. So you see me saving, and then you see me duplicate the layer or the sketch, and on this one you'll see me layer all the individual layers, each one by one. And the only reason why I'm doing that is because if I merge them all together like the way they are, I can't move them around once I get all the characters merged into their own sketch. Like it's easier on a computer because you could put them all in different folders, their own characters, and then you can merge the whole folder. But since I'm using the iPad, this is the way that I do it. So now you'll see me drag Natalie all the way down to the bottom, so it could be behind the horse, and then you'll see me go back and merge Alex and do the same thing, and then you'll see me make the background. I know that Natalie, I made a lot of mistakes. I didn't go clean up the work. That's something I should have done. This is probably like the only time you see me go to a different tool. It's like a grass tool. So I try to color in the grass, try to make it look like a race on a grass. So I hope you guys are having fun watching me draw this. I hope to see your guys' drawing and see where your guys are at. So you'll see me put the blue sky, and then you're gonna see me put some clouds, and then you're gonna see me make a mistake right here. I try to draw the clouds and I use the paint, or I put the whole canvas white, so you see me clear that and then draw the cloud shapes. And then after I draw the cloud shapes, you'll see me add this sun that I worked on. So this is something that I drew on a piece of paper, and then many years later I went back and I just drew it together recently. So I think the sun that you'll see is pretty cool. I like it. I think it just creates a cool sun for me. But yeah, it is super fun to find your own style. So you see me trying to find it, but since on Sketchbook, once you draw in a Sketchbook file, you have to save and then go find the sun or whatever file you want to get in. So I copy this one, and then you'll see me go back and put it in. So now that I have it, I'm gonna go put it and find a placement where I want the sun at. That's pretty cool. We're almost done with the drawing. So yeah, let me know how you like my drawing in the comment section. But this will be like the only time you see me blur. There's sometimes you have stuff that you don't want everybody to see, so it's okay. So now the blur will go away, and then you'll see me sign my name, or yeah, you'll see me sign the name Dragon Art Kings and date it. So I hope everybody has a nice time. Hope you enjoyed my art style, and I hope I see you guys here more often. So you're gonna see me make another mistake. I put the name and then I drew the date on the same folio or the layer. So you'll see me drag the date down with the signature, and that's what I mean. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as you're catching your mistakes and practice, you'll get better over time. So a lot of times when I make mistakes, you see me clear the layer. So I hope you guys have a nice day, and I hope I'll see you guys soon. Thank you. This is Adam from Dragon Art Kings, signing off.